problem that has been since Brexit is that after Brexit, Britain didn't pull out of the European Court of Human Rights, which means that anybody coming across the border can just go straight to the Court of Human Rights there in Europe. Kemi Badenoch has now joined, basically imitating the policy of reform and saying we're going to pull out of the ECHR. What do you make of that? The Conservatives are now copying reform very blatantly.
Well, it's interesting. She hasn't quite mimicked reform yet. So Keir Starmer is absolutely wedded to the ECHR because it's against his religion to leave it. Nigel Farage has openly declared that he will leave the ECHR. And Kemi Badenoch called a massive press conference to announce that she may be leaving the ECHR. And the reason why she's so tentative is because her party is deeply split on this issue. I always say about the Conservative Party, it's two souls trapped in one body. So she's fearful of her own members of her own party. So she's creeping up to the issue bit by bit by bit, trying to, desensitize them to the shock of what's going to happen when they actually potentially do leave the ECHR. But yes, she's playing catch up with Reform UK, exactly that.
And the bedwetters in the Tories continue to hold them back, just like the bedwetters in our Liberal Party. And Reform is now leading several polls, ahead of Labor, ahead of the Tories. Is this the end of the two-party system, effectively, in the UK?
It would seem so. I mean, Nigel Farage, as I said to you last time, I think he's kind of medically declared the Conservative Party dead and over. And then, yes, they're a third party. We no longer have a two-party system. It's potentially a three-party, or at least just two parties with Reform UK and Labour. Kemi Badenoch is on the ropes. It's quite likely that she might get ousted by the end of the year. And the Conservative Party are changing chairmans like socks, and they're changing leaders like underwear. So that's the state of the Conservative Party right now. Will it survive? I don't think so.
Sounds very similar to what's happening over here. Dear, oh dear. Just quickly before you go, Mayuran, we played the Dawn French clip earlier where she appeared to be mocking the idea of October 7th, mocking Jewish people for, in some weird accent that she was putting on. She's now apologised, which is great. But how common is this sort of casual anti-Semitism in Britain? It seems to be getting worse, in my opinion.
I think it is. I mean, amongst the celebrity, let's say liberal elite class, there is an echo chamber, and they seem to sort of parrot the same things back at each other: pro-Palestine, free Palestine. And so they believe the propaganda being released by Hamas in particular. Look, I've got time for people who've got a genuine argument for the Palestinian side of the situation. But Dawn French didn't really have a genuine argument. She trivialized the whole thing. October the 7th was a bad thing, is the way that she described it, in a kind of mocking, self-righteous tone. Look, she's apologised. We make mistakes. It was a moment of madness, I hope, and we hopefully can just draw a line under it. She is a national treasure. I hope she can move on from it, and the rest of the country can as well.
Fantastic, Mayuran. Great to chat to you as always. Thanks so much for staying up and speaking to us here on Outsiders. It's Mayuran Senthilnathan.